I am offering you an olive branch of peace. I want to be a brother. I want to be a friend. Katt, I want to move on. Can we move on, man? Can we move on?
Kevin Hart and Katt Williams being in the same room at a Netflix roast was never going to feel normal. There's too much history there. Too many shots, accusations, interviews, rumors, and awkward industry questions sitting underneath the jokes. Katt has had Kevin's name in his mouth for years, but the moment that brought everything back was his Club Shay Shay interview in 2024.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here.
That interview went nuclear because Katt went after the entertainment industry with no filter, and Kevin Hart was one of his biggest targets. Katt questioned the way Kevin rose through Hollywood. He suggested Kevin was pushed by the industry in a way that didn't match the normal comedy grind. He also claimed that some movie roles were originally connected to him before ending up with Kevin. Whether people believed every detail or not, the comments spread because they touched a suspicion audiences already have about entertainment. People love the idea that fame has a hidden machine behind it. And Kevin Hart is the perfect person for that conversation because his success is so huge it almost feels impossible. He went from stand-up comic to global brand. He became bigger than comedy in a way very few comedians ever do. So when Katt Williams says something about Kevin's rise not adding up, people listen. Kevin's response was mostly controlled. He didn't get dragged into a long back and forth. He kept it calm, called the comments sad, and moved on.
The idea of being petty or going back and forth, it's so beneath me because I don't have the problem. And I feel like if I engage, it makes it look like I got a problem. And I don't.
Things get taken out of context too, though, because even when you think about Katt Williams on Club Shay Shay, a lot of people thought you threw shots at him first, and he was replying back.
We were promoting Night School, and Tiffany was affected by some of the things he said, and it was more of a support for her in that moment, and some shots at him.
Do you regret that?
Yeah, I shouldn't even talk. I should never address him.
Arguing with Katt Williams is dangerous. Katt is unpredictable, funny, sharp, and willing to say things other celebrities usually avoid. Even when he exaggerates, he knows how to make the exaggeration entertaining. That's why people love him. Katt has built an image as comedy's truth teller. Sometimes his points feel painfully accurate. Sometimes the claims are harder to prove. Either way, he knows how to make a moment feel important. Kevin represents the other side of the comedy business. He is polished, disciplined, corporate, and careful. He knows how to sell himself. He knows how to survive bad headlines. He knows how to stay friendly with the industry while keeping his fan base. That is part of why he became so successful. That is the tension between them. Katt feels like the outsider with a lighter in his hand. Kevin feels like the man standing inside the building Katt wants to burn down. Netflix putting Katt at Kevin's roast was a smart move because the audience already knew the backstory. They knew about the Club Shay Shay comments. They knew Katt had challenged Kevin's image. They knew Kevin had mostly chosen not to fight him directly. So when Katt appeared, the moment had weight before he even said anything.
Hello, Kevin. Hello, Katt.
I'm surprised they invited me. That's how little star power you have. They had to start inviting your enemies. I said, I hate him. They said, come anyway.
A roast gives everybody cover. You can bring up real tension, but it's still comedy. You can say something brutal, then smile. You can touch an old wound without having to admit it still hurts. That's what made Katt's appearance feel different. He had a whole history attached to his jokes, and Kevin had to sit there and take it. To Kevin's credit, that is part of the job. If you agree to be roasted, you have to let people hit the sore spots. You can't build a career around jokes and then act shocked when the room turns the light on you. But with Katt, the light was brighter. Katt's problem with Kevin has always sounded bigger than simple jealousy. Even when people think Katt is being unfair, he speaks to a real feeling some comedy fans have. The industry picks favorites, pushes certain faces, and rewards the people who know how to play the game.
Did you think she wrote Girls Trip Goofball?
Right.
Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it to her? It's up to you, whatever you want to believe. I'm the introduction to Tiffany Haddish. She passed 46 female black comedians that I know personally that I put on tour who have a hard time getting a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A after they headline 7 shows at a club for $2,500 a week.
Kevin has played the game better than almost anybody. That doesn't make him fake. It means he understood the business. He turned himself into a machine and kept that machine running for years. A lot of comedians want that level of success. Very few can handle the discipline, pressure, and public scrutiny that come with it. Katt's appeal comes from rejecting that machine. He feels dangerous. He feels like he might say the thing everyone else has been warned not to say. That is why one Katt interview can create more chaos than a whole press tour. So when Netflix put these two in the same room, they knew exactly what they were doing. They were selling the tension. Modern comedy is built for this now. Old beef becomes clips, clips become debate, debate becomes free promotion. The actual roast is only one part of the event. The reaction afterwards is just as important. And Katt Williams appearing at Kevin Hart's roast gave people the perfect headline. For Kevin, it was a chance to show he could take the jokes and stay above the noise. For Katt, it was a chance to stand in front of Kevin and say what he could fit inside the rules of a roast.
Me and this man have been at odds for years on years. You coming out here, quite the fucking surprise, but Katt, I can sit and I can watch you, I can laugh, because I'm a fucking fan first, okay? I'm a fan first. Katt, we have an opportunity in real time, this is live television, to put our fucking beef behind us. I am offering you an olive branch of peace. I want to be a brother. I want to be a friend. Katt, I want to move on. Can we move on, man? Can we move on? Katt Williams, one time, ladies and gentlemen, Katt fucking Williams.
The best roast jokes work because the audience knows the story underneath. Everybody in that room knew Kevin and Katt had history. Everybody watching online knew there was a reason this felt bigger than a normal roast appearance. Maybe it cooled things down. Maybe it made the tension more profitable. Maybe both men walked away knowing the beef is more useful as entertainment than as a real fight. Either way, Katt got his Kevin Hart moment. Kevin got to prove he could sit through it, and Netflix got exactly what it wanted.